Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Heart Flow. I am Delana Jones, and like I said, this is Heart Flow. Yes, this is Heart Flow. So, today my prayer for you is that something is said that will help you overcome the obstacles of life that you're going to face this week and just throughout the coming months. We are going to dive right into this. This is probably going to end up being 4, maybe 5 videos of the same series. I'm trying something a little bit different here. I've never actually done a series before, so bear with me, please. Okay, so in 1984, in the month of July, Warner Brothers launched a family-friendly fantasy film titled The Never-Ending Story. If you have not seen that film and you are an 80s kid, shame on you. Go and get that movie. It is a great movie. You're going to love it. This film launched the career of Barrett Oliver. If you all do not know who Barrett Oliver is, he's the star of this show, and he plays a character by the name of Bastian. Also, he played in a movie called Daryl, which was an acronym for Data Analyze Robot Youth Lifeform. Great movie, great movie. If you haven't seen it, please go and see it. If you have not seen The Never-Ending Story, you need to see this movie, especially over the next few weeks that we are going to be discussing, because we are going to utilize this movie to help us bring out different points and stuff like this that we deal with in our lives concerning our dreams. Okay, so in this movie, when it first comes on, there's this song, which we'll get into the song a little bit further into some of the other segments that we're going to do. But we see Bastian and his father in the kitchen. And he is sitting at the kitchen table and he's staring off into nowhere. And he tells his dad, "Dad, I had a dream about Mom." And in this film, his mom passed away. And so his dad looks over at him. He says, "Yeah, I miss her too." But he immediately segues into something different. And he tells him, he says, "Well, you know what? Speaking of dreams, you know, your teacher called me. And she said that, you know, you've been daydreaming in class. You've been drawing on pieces of paper. You haven't been paying attention. You've been failing math. You know, you've been making bad grades on your schoolwork. You know, and I think it's time for you to stop daydreaming so much and get your head out of the clouds and to get your feet on the ground." Okay, so at that point, Daryl looks at his father and he's like, "Okay, Dad," you know, and he has this look on his face like, you know, "But all I do is live to dream. You know, I dream. That's what I do, you know." And as a kid, you know, your imagination runs wild. You can think of all kind of crazy stuff, and in your mind, you can actually see it happening because your imagination is free and nobody is shutting it down. So the next scene, we see Daryl walking down the street. And it looks like maybe he's in New York or Manhattan or somewhere like that. And he has his backpack in his hand and he's zipping it up. And then there are 3 bullies that come out of nowhere. And they're like, "Hey, you know, hey, loser, you know, you got any money on you?" So they start roughing him up. They start searching his pockets and all of this. And he's like, "I don't have any money," you know. And you can tell that this is not the first time that these guys have done this, because he said, "I told you once before that I don't have any money." And they said, "You don't have any money, do you? Okay, well, fine." So they take him and they drag him and they throw him in a dumpster. So they throw him in a dumpster. They're laughing at him. And he's in a dumpster for a little while. And he peeks out the dumpster. He looks around. It looks like the coast is clear. So he climbs out of the dumpster. He comes out of the dumpster and he's dusting himself off because, you know, he got trash on him. He got banana peels or whatever. It's like all over his clothes. So he's dusting himself off and, you know, trying to clean himself up from all the trash that's on him. And he hears voices again. "Hey, you, I didn't tell you to get out of there." And he looks and he says, They say, "Get back in the dumpster." So he takes off running. And that's when the chase begins. This kid is running and running and running. Finally, he ends up losing them. But what I want to get into today is the fact that today, you are about to release a coming of age showcase that all of your family and your friends will see. Unlike the never ending story, your dreams and your story is not going to be fantasy, but it's going to be a reality. However, unlike this actor, your debut career will not just be on the big screen, but it's going to launch your career. It's going to launch your relationships. It's going to launch your confidence, as well as the dreams that you have that you are holding inside. Okay, so let's go back and let's look at this picture. When Bastian is looking at the table and he's thinking about the dream that he had about his mom, I want you all to realize who his mom was. His mom, your mother, is the person that births you. She's the one that nurtures you. She teaches you how to walk, how to talk. She's the one that plays make-believe with you. Your mom is like your first friend. Your mom is the one that gives you a plastic banana as a phone and be like, hello, how you doing? Yeah, this is me. Hold on, let me let you talk to him. And then they hand you the phone as the kid, and you pick it up and you begin to talk on this phone, because your mom is the person that helps you tap into your imagination. They're the one that help you tap into your personality, and just they give you the ability to dream and let you know, hey, it's okay to dream. It's okay to make believe. And so his mom is gone. And many of us, we may not be looking at the fact that our mom is gone, but spiritually we're in situations where our mentors are gone. And our mentors are the ones that nurtured us. They help us build our dreams. They're the one who told us, it's okay to dream. They're the one that told us, there's something inside of you that I see that's great. I'm going to pour everything that I have inside of you because I want you to be successful. I want you to succeed. Well, that person may not be going on to heaven, or to go on to be with the Lord, or even to hell, or wherever they may be going. But that person may not be there, but that person may not be accessible to you anymore, because they've done everything that they can do for you, and their assignment with you has been completed. So now you're in a place to where you're out there by yourself. You're daydreaming. You're drawing this stuff out. You're writing out everything. And just like Bastian was, he was writing out and drawing in class. And I believe that he was drawing out his vision for what he wanted and what fantasy world that he wanted, because this is a child who lost his mom. This is a child who probably didn't have very many friends. And I'm getting bullied every day. So in my free time, I am drawing about a better life and about what I want to see for myself. So he's probably drawing out this beautiful home and, himself playing with a lot of friends and, even a picture of maybe just him and his mom holding hands or whatever it may be. But I believe that, as you draw out your life, you need to be writing out your vision for your life, writing out your dreams. So just like Sebastian has a father that told him, you know what, sometimes it's time to get serious in life, and it's time to stop daydreaming and to, get your head out the clouds and keep your feet on the ground. We encounter people in our lives, and what it is that we're looking, once our mentors leave, a lot of times we feel like we're left alone. So we're looking for someone else that's going to come along and really be them, be the next mentor, and I understand that because, the Bible tells us that one planteth, one watereth, and God gives the increase. So after that person has planted everything that they can inside of you, you're looking for somebody that's going to water your grass, that's going to water your crop, that's going to sit there and water you and say, you know what, this is what, you need to do next. And look, I've been here. This is what, I've done in my business, and I want to show you how I did it. This is how I wrote my book. Let me show you what publishers I use. I did my own editing, and this is the program I use to do my own editing. I recorded my own song, and these are the mixing and the mastering people that I use. This was a studio that I went to. So, hey, I want to give this to you so that not only do you have a dream that's sitting here that's inside of you, but let me help you bring that dream into fruition. So Daryl is in a point where he's lost his nurturer. So his dad is the only other nurturer that he knows. So when his dad tells him to keep your feet on the ground, you know, I believe in that moment that his dad was being a dream dimmer, you know, and in our lives, we're going to run into dream dimming dads. You know, those are going to just dim our lives. And those are the people that we respect. You know, we have respect for that person, and we look for that person to kind of, you know, help us out in life. And that person really is trying to help you out. In their mind, they're not trying to harm you. They're not trying to hurt you. You know, they're just trying to protect you from all the rainstorm of no's that you're going to get. You know, they're the ones that are trying to cover you, you know, like clothing, and keep you from being embarrassed, you know, if something happens and this whole thing falls through. So those dream dimmers are not really out there to harm you, but you need to understand that even though they're telling you to, hey, let's face reality, you still have to dream beyond them. Yeah, I respect you, but I still have to dream beyond you. I still have to write my vision. I still have to work my vision beyond what you say. You know, you told me to keep my head on the ground. So yeah, I'm going to keep my job. I'm going to keep moving toward, you know, making sure that I can pay my bills and making sure that I can complete my schoolwork. But it doesn't mean that I have to stop dreaming. So after all this is said and done, you know, there's going to come a point in time when you're going to go out into the world, and you're going to have to face people that are bullies. You're going to have to face people that when they look at you, they're going to see you and they're going to try to take advantage of you. You know, just like with Bastian, he walking on the street and these bullies come and they start searching him for money. There's going to be people that's going to be looking for your goods. And even though you may not have any physical money, they're going to be looking to see what giftings that you have. You know, what is it that you can do for me, or what you can do for my ministry, or what you can do to help me do this book, or whatever it is in life that they feel that you can give them. And if they find out that you don't have anything to give them, they're going to throw you in the dumpster just like they did him. They felt like, well, since you don't have anything to give us, then you're trash. You know, and I want to tell you that there's going to be people that's going to dismiss you. They're going to be people that are going to try to throw you away like trash, you know, that you're going to meet. But I want to let you know that you are good enough. That don't worry about who's going to buy your screenplay, or who's going to come and see your movie or your short film that you're going to write. You're good enough. Don't worry about the people that maybe feel that you have nothing to offer them, so they toss you out. So don't be afraid of the no's. Don't be afraid of those that don't support your dreams. You know, in that season of you going out and stepping out into the deep, I want to make sure that you guard your heart. You know, guard your heart with all diligence. You know, guard it with everything that you got. You know, because it is in that moment that discouragement comes. It is in that moment that just like he did when he was in that trash bin, he went in, he didn't come out fighting. He didn't jump in and then jump right back out and start fighting, but he went in and he stayed in. And then he peeked out to see if the coast was clear. And I believe that he peeked out to see if the coast was clear because in that moment he was discouraged. Because just like they threw him away like trash, he felt like, I'm not good enough. He felt like I'm not, that maybe my voice isn't good enough to be on the radio. Maybe the words that I have to say aren't good enough for somebody to want to read in a book. So when he came out of that trash, he had a lot of residue on him. You know, a lot of banana peels and just like papers and just trash. And he starts to dust himself off. And, you know, when we meet people and we encounter people that they may not physically throw us in the trash, but because of what they may say, it may feel like we have trash, and therefore we have this residue that gets on us, you know. And I want you to make sure that you do not allow that residue to get in your heart. Because if you do, then eventually you'll start speaking that same thing over your life. And what they're speaking is not so. Because there's at least one person in this world that wants to hear what you have to say. There's at least one person in this world that wants to hear what your voice sounds like. There's one person in this world that wants to see you on film and that think you're hilarious, when other people think that you're not. So don't get discouraged. Keep working toward it, you know, and know who you are. And know that as long as you keep trying, you will be successful and you will make your dreams come true. You know, and when you get out that trash dump and you start dusting yourself off, some of those same people may be still sitting around and they're watching you dust yourself off, get yourself together, try to get your self-esteem back, pumped up, you know, pump your head up to go to other people. And they may be standing around and they may start talking again. But I want to tell you to don't allow yourself to be placed back into that dumpster. Don't allow yourself to be placed back into a position to be ridiculed again about your giftings and about what they feel about you. But you keep running, you keep moving, and you keep going toward the dreams that God has for you. You know, and those people, they might chase you. They might continue to speak ill of you. They may continue to go behind you and call people that you know, or they heard you getting ready to go to this position or to this place. They may call and say, you know what? They pitched that idea to me and I thought it was trash. So if I was you, I wouldn't even do it, because when we did our research, it said that people wouldn't want to listen to that. Or people wouldn't want to buy that book because there's 100 books out there that's on self-help. You know, so just keep on pushing. And even if you have to run a little bit further and a little bit longer than what you might like, keep on going, because eventually you're going to outrun those people. Or eventually they're going to get tired because they're out of breath and they're going to stop. So keep racing towards your dreams. Never, ever, ever stop. As always, I am completely out of time. I'm actually way over my time than what I usually go. And I want to encourage you to please, please, please share this with someone else. Please tune in next week, because next week we are going to go a little bit deeper into this. I encourage you to please watch the movie, so that way you understand where I'm going when we're talking about this show. Or even if you go to YouTube and watch a couple of clips, maybe that'll at least help you figure out where we're going. I pray that something is said and that you have tools and maybe some inspiration that's going to help you move towards your dreams and run towards your dreams without hesitation. Just like your goals and your dreams are never ending, this story is never ending, but my segment is. So right now I'm at about 17 minutes in, so I need to go. But I want to let you know that I am looking forward to seeing you on next week. I am Delana Jones, and this has been Heart Flow. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your enemies. Let them watch you eat at your table that God is going to prepare before them when they see your dreams come into fruition. This has been Heart Flow, and I'll see you next time.